Grand Traverse Bay is an appendage of Lake Michigan, located along the northwest coast of Michigan's Lower Peninsula. This embayment offers unparalleled options for aquatic recreation and is home to the most pristine blue water I've ever explored in search of awareness regarding native smallmouth bass. Yes, the bass are native to the bay. However, most of their forage options are not. As you can see, there's an abundant population of non-native round gobies in these waters. They're virtually everywhere. And as we know now, these bottom dwellers have fattened up the bass population. But according to my underwater observations, the smallies must get their overfill of them, because surprisingly, the bass seem to just ignore them. The same holds true with alewives. When these nomadic baitfish schools swim through, I've never captured the smallies feeding on or even reacting to them. However, I did discover that their most preferred food source was indeed present, but hiding out of plain sight, and for good reason. All it took was to turn a few stones. In the midst of a seemingly disregarded buffet was a population of what I consider a smallmouth's Epicurean delight, crayfish. This one happens to be yet another invasive forage species, a rusty crayfish. But the point I'm getting at is present a crayfish imitating lure when targeting the rock piles. Whenever a crayfish imitating lure is presented within sight of these rock cruising fish, it triggers an immediate reaction. That's because their main focus here is in search of crayfish. Underwater, I've documented this response time after time. And I mean time after time. So I knew when Yamamoto introduced the 2.5-inch covert craw, these Traverse Bay smallies would jump all over it. Yeah. There he is. Oh, baby. I'm on a covert operation here. Oh, check out that nice little beauty. That little covert craw with a spot remover Ned head is a deadly smallmouth bait. Yes, sir. Yeah, this covert craw is made with Yamamoto's custom floating formula. And that teamed with the spot remover Ned head, that bait stands straight up. Another point you can see, or should I say can't see, is the enhanced importance of using a transparent leader in this gin clear water. I've found there's none better than Seagar Gold Label 100% fluorocarbon leader. Fish is looking at my bait right now, coming towards it. There we go. Ooh, nice one. Nice one. I love them in that clear water. Covert craw. Speaking of clear water, the bay is incredibly inviting to dive in and one of my favorite places to collect underwater footage of these Great Lakes smallies. You've let me know with your comments that you appreciate the effort I put forth. Well, I thought you might be curious to see the preparation that goes into capturing these visuals and strike shots. Typically, I'll locate the fish and film my catches the day prior, then jump in the water the next. Here's what it takes. First, you can see it takes a lot of equipment stored on board. I'll begin by preparing my underwater camera monitor, then my underwater camera itself, securing my gates housing and attaching the monitor. Next, the dive gear, unpacking my wetsuit, buoyancy compensator, OTS mask, regulator, fins, knife, and air tank. Now, attaching the first stage regulator to the tank, then fastening the hoses in stage 2 regulator and checking my air pressure. Next, the underwater communication system. Oh, but don't forget to erect the dive flag. It's the law. Having communication from the lake bottom to topside is a vital component of what we do and transmits wirelessly through an underwater transducer. Now all I need to do is dress and don my gear and jump in.